Today, I'm going to show you how I put together this cover for an upcoming journal. I hope you'll join me. Hello everyone, it's Jean from Inky Studio. Thanks so much for stopping by. I so appreciate you viewing my videos, and I hope if you are new here that you will subscribe and see how I put together the rest of this journal. Today I'm going to be showing you how I put this cover together, and part of it's going to be instructions where I'm going to show you some specifics, but a large portion of it will be speeded up and put to music so that you can walk through it quite quickly. So let's get started. First of all, this kit is called Endless Summer, and it's exclusively for the members of the Ephemera's Garden Club. And it has 13 8.5 by 11 pages and 7 pages of ephemera. It's a huge, beautiful kit. I have not printed them all out here. I've just printed out a few. There's 3 pages that are collaged with some vintage paper dolls, father and daughters. Then there's 3 pages where it's just more for journaling. And there's 3 pages that have like an architectural design in them along with the other collaging. Here is the envelope. One of the envelopes is a petal envelope with some great slide transparency ephemera. Another envelope, tags, and these postcards are to die for. I just think these are so gorgeous. And they're in this whole kit is free at the Rose Garden level, but each of the 3 levels, there's portions of this kit free inside there, and I printed these out at half the size, but these got these 4 great vintage photographs, and I've already cut them out, but there's these gorgeous butterflies with inspiring words on them, along with a couple of lily bands. So that is the kit, and just thought I'd give you a quick overview of that. I'm really excited about working with this kit. It's going to be so great. I wanted to, now the kind of kit that I'm making, or the kind of journal I am making, is going to incorporate this, a piece of this quilted pillow sham is what this is. And I love the colors. I thought those would go very nicely with the colors inside of the kit. Just thought it blended great. I wanted to have a pretty hardcover, not like a book necessarily, but something that is firm and will stand up. And then I went ahead and I got out from my stash these envelopes. They're craft envelopes. They're 7.5 by 9-inch craft envelopes. By themselves are not the weight I want. So what I ended up doing was I ended up adding a piece from a cereal box, a piece of lightweight cardboard from the cereal box. That's what I ended up doing. Now I wanted to sew around the edges, so I cut a piece that was smaller than my envelope. So I didn't want, I wanted the stitching to avoid this. I didn't really want to go through it with my needle or with my machine. If you have a heavy duty sewer, maybe your machine would be better, but that's what I wanted to do. That's my process on the covers, front and back. And then this quilt, then I decided that I wanted to use this portion here as the spine, and I'll use this for something else, probably maybe put some decoration inside the quilt. I want this to be pretty thick spine. I intend to put in different kinds of paper, different kinds of weights. I want to put in more fabric and probably more bulky type of ephemera inside. So I want this to be pretty wide. So this is 4 inches, and I will, by the time I sew on the sides, it'll probably be about 3 inches of a spine. So that's what I'm going to do now. I am just going to get in here and whack this out. And I'll be right back. So I cut out the piece that I wanted to use, and it was not quilted to the backing. So I went with the machine and just sewed, you know, where the quilting, where the seams were on the quilt. Or, you know, I could have just went up and down randomly and sewed. Yeah, whatever. And then I cut out a piece of fabric that's really hard, excuse me, that's very stiff. It's a heavyweight fabric, probably like a, not quite a canvas, but a duck or a twill type of fabric. And I cut that out exactly how the measurement of my spine, which I'm using 8 by 4, because I noticed down here there's a little shrinkage in the quilt. It's kind of, you know, it's kind of lacking the full 4 inches here down at the bottom. And this way, by putting this base on, I know I've got the full 4 inches on there. So that's all been sewn together following the quilt lines. I have my 2 covers all done, my front and my back. And I, like I said, I sewed around these 3 edges just so I don't have to handle it when it's attached to the quilt. And I am going to sew this, each piece on like this. All right, it's been sewn together. And a little puffy here, but you know, that's okay because they're going to be stitching the signatures in anyways. And I like this. Very nice. Might be a little bit more over here than I needed, but that's okay. I have a plan for that, and so it's turning out quite lovely here. Okay, so what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be speeding up the film with some music pretty soon to show you how I'm going to construct a flip that will be like a flip out on the cover. And for that flip out, I am using some twill, neutral, natural colored looking twill cloth. It's not as heavy as the ticking I used inside here, but it's pretty substantial. However, I am going to line it with a little bit of cardstock because I want this flip to be a little firm. And so therefore, I'm going to show you how I'm going to be doing that. And I'm going to speed it up for you. Okay, that concludes today's video, and the cover is completed. I really love how this ruffle turned out here, and it was hard to decide which to put on the glitter or this side, and I went with this side to be safe. Not everybody likes a lot of bling, and this of course was a challenge with the two different kinds of metal. And here we got the little girl on the inside. So thank you so much for viewing, and I'm going to be working on the signatures, so we will see you again soon. Bye.